Hello and welcome to this very special new series of a rather old but classic game. Yes, this is The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, probably considered to be one of the greatest games ever. And I think the game itself now is about almost 20 years old now. So anyways, let's kick off this series by getting started here. So to play this, I'm using a Nintendo 64 emulator for Mac OS X. And to play this the way it should be played, I've actually got my a RetroLink USB controller that's in the shape of the classic Nintendo 64 controllers. So really happy about that. I tweeted a photo of it just the other day when it came in. Okay, here we go. So we've just been woken up by our new friend Navi the Fairy, and now the first things to do is we need to get a sword and shield. This is a very good, nice friend, Saria, who will play an important role later on in the game. This series, so you know, is going to be directed towards people who haven't played this game. Now, if you haven't, you could actually do what I've done. Well, actually, I guess that would be an interesting thing to talk about, how I first got introduced to this. So, rewind back to, what was it? The summer of 2010, when the E3 convention first, I guess E3 happened, and it was announced that a remake of Ocarina of Time was in development for the 3DS, which hadn't yet come out then. The 3DS, I think, came out that following March. And I decided to give the original game a try, just to see how it's like and if I would like it or not. And I'd absolutely love it. So, and of course, how I actually played the game, I didn't go out of my way and get a an old Nintendo 64 and the old cartridge, but instead made use of the convenient virtual console available on the Wii, and that's why I played it with the classic controller too that they have for the Wii. And of course, ended up getting the remake too for 3DS, which is great, by the way. It's a much more polished version of this, in more ways than one, I should say. Okay, so there's our first big item here. It usually takes a little while to get the starting screen, or I guess the pause menu up here. Okay, yeah, because I can see the boulder right behind me. Okay. So, if you haven't played the game, and if you have a 3DS, then I highly recommend you go pick up the remake of this. It was really well done. Runs really smoothly too, a lot of improvements. So I'm gonna have to endure, I guess, some of the older, actually the older graphics I was kind of missing, actually, just because all of this is classic and nostalgic to me, even though of course I played the game 12 years after it came out, but I guess better late than never. So there's a trick, by the way, to get a quick set amount of rupees. So I'm collecting a bunch of rupees here because we need to get a shield. Otherwise, the tribe leader, I guess the leader of the Kakiri, that are basically the name of these children here. And they're kind of a special. Okay, can I get that? Oh man, it's too bad. Okay. Anyways, what I was saying. Yeah, the Kakiri are these, these children-looking creatures. And I say creatures because they're not... It's not just a bunch of kids running amok in the regular kids, I should say. Just set up in this forest here. I guess there's something to do with... I'm not entirely sure exactly. I have to catch up a bit on the lore of the game. I used to know a lot about it when I was first getting into this series. So a question I want to answer in case this comes up is, why do a Let's Play of a game like this that's been out for a long time and a series of which have been done time and time again? Well, why not? This was a game that I've been kind of itching to do for a while. Particularly the original one. And something I wanted to do once I finished my series of Portal 2. Oh, come on, Mike. Okay, there we go. Center up here. Okay. And there we go. We needed 40 rupees to get, in order to have enough to get the shield that we need. Which we're going to need a replacement for, actually, pretty soon. So more often than not, actually, with this series, just so you know, I'm going to be cutting out... it's going to be pretty much solely gameplay. The cutscenes are a bit lengthy, and they take up quite a bit of time. So... just to throw that out there. Alright, come on. Okay, there we go. So the shops in this game are pretty much structured a lot like how you see them here. Okay, nope, we're good to go. Okay, and next thing to do is we need to equip our shield. There we go. Oh. A little bit glitchy there. Yeah, might as well save. Okay. Playing this is a little bit of issues with the audio and the video. Audio is a little bit behind the video here, so I'm gonna see if I could try to fix that in the recording. Yeah, it's not even by like a second or really obnoxious. You kind of have to listen carefully. So that's Mido, kind of the obnoxious leader, quote unquote. So all the Kakiri are supposed to have these fairy partners, and Link, of course, doesn't get one until today, so to speak. Okay. Here's the first introduction to combat here. Really helpful, this Z targeting, which I think works with I don't remember if it's R or L that you have to use with the remake. So we're going to need these sticks to pass through the first dungeon. Okay, so a few different sets of attacks that we have available to us. Okay, so cutscene just happened, and undertook the task to basically get rid of whatever's making the Deku tree here sick, so to speak. So this guy is sort of like the guardian spirit of the Kakiri. And of Kokiri Forest, for that matter. So, here we go. Into the first dungeon. Okay. Okay, actually, it's something I need to do here. Okay, well. Oh, okay, that did not work out so well. Okay, there we go. Deku nuts. We can stun enemies with these. We're gonna need these for the boss. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now we've got a couple of items now at our disposal here. Let's start setting them to these C buttons. Okay, so the objective this first part is we need to get the main item of this dungeon. Okay. So in here should be the map for the dungeon. And there are maps and compasses in every dungeon, which will help us get around. Okay. Come on. There we go. Okay, these spider creatures here are Skulltulas. For obvious reasons. Okay. Yes, thank you, Navi. Okay. So there's a Deku Scrub. So this guy gives us a hint about how to avoid damage from high falls. Okay. So we get across that before it collapses. And the slingshot. Okay. So I'm probably going to change around how I have my items set up here. I'll change that, actually. That's not what I wanted, come on. Okay, that and that, okay. Okay. There we go. I think I got stuck this first time I played through this. Okay, and I think that's supposed to be a heart in there. Nothing. We don't really need one of those right now. Ouch. Okay, so we'll finally be able to deal with these characters here. Okay, and there we go. So up here, And pretty much at the top of the inside. Okay, okay. Careful. Okay, wait for it to turn around and then strike. Okay, and that's how we refill up on ammo for the slingshot. Okay, so over that way is the compass. And one of the things that we're going to want to keep an eye out for is of the sound of spiders. Particularly, they're Scotulas, but they're golden Scotulas. There's actually one behind that small chest over there. Kind of see the legs from here. Okay, there we go. Let's try that again. Nope. Okay. And that's the last of the major items that we're gonna need here. Even though we don't really, they're not necessary. More like items like the slingshot are what we need. But the map and compass are kind of just there to help out. So not mandatory, but helpful. Okay. So let's go over here and get our first Scoutula down. Gold Scoutula, I should say, specifically. Okay, so there's one right there. So you can't actually target these. Otherwise, it'd be a little easier to find. But there we go. Once you take one down, you get a token for it, which we'll need in order to upgrade the capacity of our wallet. Okay, and in here is a heart, which we didn't need, but okay. Okay, so to finish off this episode, we're gonna head into the second part of this, or the first dungeon here. And in the next episode, we'll find the boss. Okay, so there's another gold Scoutula there. There's actually a couple in this room. Okay, one down. And two down. Okay, so press down that button. Okay. So that's pretty much going to do it for this first episode of Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. I hope you enjoyed. Leave us some feedback. If I should improve anything about this. But anyways, yep, I'll see you next time in episode 2.